All right, one of the most important things that we do in Host 100 is we create the Managing in Host paper. And the reason that this is so important is you're learning how to do a professional business paper, and we're learning APA format. And the reason APA format is so important is because once you learn it, you'll do it automatically for every paper for the remainder of your academic career. And every single time you do it, you're going to impress the instructor. It doesn't matter if you're transferring or not, or if you're running START student, or if you go back to a home university because you're an international student, this is always going to be helpful. So let's get started on how to create an APA paper. The first thing you're going to want to do is open Microsoft Word. We do not want to have anything other than Microsoft Word for this paper. You can do it, but it just makes it really difficult. So I'm going to, this is the first thing I always do when I start a new paper. I save it as on my desktop as the paper I'm going to do. And you see it just showed up on my desktop. Now, if I double click at the very top, it's going to allow me to type in at the top. And this is the name of my paper. So there we go. Now it's called Managing in Host. And then whatever you're going to choose from the 4 transferable skills is going to go right here. Underneath that, I'm going to place my name, and then I'm going to place Highline College. And some other things that we want to do is get the date. The date is usually going to come, if I can figure it out, at the very end. So we're looking at November 1st. You can see I'm doing this on November 1st, 2020. APA does not change very often. So if you're watching this video in the future, it's not like I need to redo this video anytime soon. And then the last thing that we want to do, oh, there's 2 more. So Professor Justin Tyone, because I'm writing it to me. This is where you would place your name. This is where you're going to put Professor Justin Tyone, because that's my name. And then in here, you're also going to have the last thing is Host 100, Introduction to Hospitality and Tourism Management. All right, so we're going to bold this because it's the name. And there's no exact amount of space that you have to leave. You just want it to look good. We're going to highlight this because we want to come down here to paragraph after you right click, and we are going to double space. Oh, and now I obviously went too far down the page. There we go. Next thing we're going to want to do is highlight this and center it. And hopefully you can see my cursor moving up here to center because it's automatically left justified. So this is what you want your paper to look like on the very first page. Now we're going to move on to the next page, and we want it to be left justified. So you see I moved to left justified, and we're going to come up here to insert, break, section, break, next page. Now the reason we do this is because of the header. We want to change the header. It did not work for reasons that I do not understand. So insert, break. You have to go to section break, not page or column break at the top. And then here, hopefully that worked. Well, the only way to know is to come back in and put running head back in. Oh, come on. What's going on? I have no idea why this isn't working, but you can tell that, you know, it does matter. And everything's not always easy. I have no idea why that's not working. I will figure that out in a moment later in our paper. All right, so over here, we are going to put an introduction. And it's going to be in bold, and it's going to be centered. Underneath introduction, you're going to then come over here and you are going to begin writing. One of the things to check is here at the top, there, and there, you want to have this ruler, and that ruler is going to allow you to make sure that you're using the page correctly. And this is where you want it set. You want it here, and you want it right over here. So when you start writing, you're going to say this paper is a discussion of the four. Oh, I wrote human resources already. And legal issues. There we go. Now the next thing I'm going to do is this should not be in bold. So we're going to get rid of that. We're going to indent this to where it's supposed to be, which you can set that here. I could move the indent, but it belongs here, which happens automatically when you press the tab key. Now we're going to make something that a lot of people didn't know. This should be heading 1. But notice when I click heading 1, it's going to make it all funky. So we come on down to right click on heading 1 and we go to modify. And when you do modify, you go to paragraph and you change this to 0, this to double, and OK. Then you're going to change this to 12 because your paper should all be in 12 font. This is going to become black and it stays bold. It did not stay bold. You can see this isn't always. Why is it not bolding? What in the world is going on with this, right? It was Calibri light. So we go down here to Calibri bold. Regular. I have no idea why it was not bolding itself, but whatever, I bolded it. So now it's going to be bold. And now you have officially heading 1. And all you'll have to do if you wanted to create another heading, because here you're just going to keep typing and starting a new paragraph and then new paragraph, right? Whatever your introduction is. But then you're going to want to eventually start. I have no idea what just happened there either. So you're going to want to eventually start a new section. And when you do, you're going to do heading 1, human resource. Oh, look, it bolded automatically for us. And we should be able to actually center it here in our modified. There you go. So it's centered now. And now you're going to press enter. And you're going to get to start from scratch, see where it automatically went back to normal. So this whole paper should be double spaced. So right now it's not. There we go. Now it's double spaced. And now we will write host 160 human resources, or you could do like this, you know, or you could do like this. And we need an indent. And then if you were to go to a new paragraph, you're going to want to indent, which mine just did automatically. And now you can see how we're doing this. So the next part that you have to have is obviously going to be legal issues. And all we need to do is highlight heading 1. And then we're going to have sales and marketing. And we'll want to make that heading 1. So sometimes when I'm writing a paper, I actually put all the headers in first, and then I go through and I fill out whatever's missing in between it. So heading 1, and now you're going to have to do courses outside host, which I'm going to go show you that in a second. Now, even if I create headers for all of these different areas, one of the things I'm cognizant of is that I need to move this always to the last page. And references belongs down on the last page. All right, so we're building out this paper, and let's see if I can change the header yet. Maybe now it'll work, I don't know. Apparently not. No idea what's going on there. Let's try this again. I'm getting frustrated with that because I have no idea why it's not working. Oh, come on. All right, well, I know I'm doing the right thing. There is something weird going on in my paper right here with formatting, and certainly I would figure it out before I submit my paper, because what I just showed you to do is the correct way to do it, and I've done it, 150 times in my life, and for some weird reason, something at this moment is wrong in my Microsoft Word document. All right, but you can see references down here on the last page. Now, all of you are going to be referencing at least this. So managing in host video. This is host 100 Canvas site. So this is the name of the chapter, or it's the name of the Panopto video, or it's the name of the reading. This is the name of the book, or the name of the actual full website, that kind of stuff. Then here, retrieved November 1, 2020 from, and then we would go over to the Canvas site and we would copy paste in here the Canvas site. And that's not the correct Canvas site, but that doesn't really matter. Now I'm going to highlight this. Gets a little tricky here. You're going to move this part in to here and this part out. And now it is correctly modified for what we're trying to do. You don't want it to be hyperlinked, so you could right click. If it is blue, you come down here to hyperlink, edit hyperlink, and remove hyperlink, which it doesn't show me right now because it's not actually hyperlinked. Let's see if I can show you how to do that. It's not working. Canvas, so we're not going to look at the canvas. We're going to cite catalog. And so it's going to be 2020, Highline College, 2020, 2021 catalog. Highline College, retrieved November 1st, 2020 from, and then, okay. See how it automatically formatted? Everything's looking good. We're going to italicize this because it's the name of the chapter, or it's the name of, the book within the website, whatever, because this is the main part, Highline College. So what we're going to have to do next is pull up a web page. And here on the web page, we're going to go to the Highline College catalog. And let's say that you chose revenue management. Well, all revenue managers are going to need to have at least a little bit of accounting. So we're going to look at Accounting 121, Practical Financial Accounting. This is the course description. This is the course outline. This is the student learning outcomes. Those are the three things I have asked you to include. And this, of course, is the prefix, the number, and the title of the course. So I'm going to move this window over to the side, and we are going to, under courses outside of host, we are going to write Accounting 121, and then I'm already using the prefix. Now I am going to copy paste the course description. See how it shows up as the wrong type of formatting. So you come up here, clear all formatting. And once you press that, it's going to look like everything else. Now this is header 2. Header 2 is going to be 12 font, left justified. We're going to want to move it to paragraph, double, 0 before. Okay, it's currently blue. We want to make it black. Okay, and we're going to italicize it. So now we should be able to do that. All of this needs to be highlighted. Paragraph, double space. There we go. Now we're going to come on down to course outline. And I think it'll look better if I do that. And I'm going to make, see how this is Calibri light again? I want to make it just Calibri. So let's modify that and make sure it's Calibri. And now it's better. Then here, we're going to, once again, remove formatting. And we're going to have to double space. See, a lot of this paper is about formatting. If you like it this way, go for it. I prefer to do this. I think it would look better to take away all of those letters, highlight, and go with bullet points. But I'm not here to mandate that. I'm going to let you kind of decide for yourself. The last thing we have to do is students' learning outcomes, keeping consistency the way that they're all written, right? And under student learning outcomes, here they are. I'm copy pasting them just right from the website, removing that. Everything looks good to me. I'm sure you can tell we need to double space it. There we go. So now you have all of accounting 121. You probably need to explain why. All right, so of the 4 host management transferable areas, I am most interested in revenue management. I recognize that I'll also say there we go. We're going to indent, and this is enough. And then you just go into the 2 areas. Another you could do, I believe, accounting 121 and business 135 or whatever are the 2 courses that are best suited for. Now, you're not going to write exactly what I wrote. That's called plagiarism. And that's part of what I'm going to show you right here is, let's say you did want to use what I have. So if you're under it, so let's start here. Host 160, human resources, of course, focused on an important area of management and individuals in any emphasis area of hospitality and tourism should be well-versed, well-trained in. So let's say you got it from me. This is a citation. The purpose of a citation is that then I can come on down here into the reference list and see where it's from. And then I can go look at it for real. Now, let's say you are copy pasting what I wrote earlier. Let's say you were going to copy paste exactly what I wrote. This is what it's going to look like. Now, you need a page number. It's going to be really hard to do with a video, right? The next thing you can do is paragraph number. Also really difficult to do. Like if you were paragraph 3 of an online article, it would look like this. If it's page 3 of a book or a journal, it'd be like this. And then I've started doing this for video, and then you put in the minutes. So let's say it was video 3 minutes and 4 seconds in. That's where you took verbatim exactly what I said. And then there you go. This is going to let people know video 3 minutes and 4 seconds of Tyone. I can come down here and see Tyone, and I can pull up the exact link and go 3 minutes and 4 seconds in and see exactly what it is. So this paper is taking shape. This is a perfect cover page. This is a perfect headers, topics. These are the 4 management areas of host. I showed you exactly everything you need to do for the 2 courses. I mean, I only did 1, but you do this for both. This is a perfect reference list. I never did figure this out for some reason, but if you open the template I provided on the website on Canvas, you'll be able to see that it's already done for you, and you just change that. For the rest of your life now, you will be able to write a perfect APA paper. And that is a really big deal. Every instructor you submit a paper to for the rest of your life will know that it's APA, and they will be impressed. I would also just point out some things I haven't pointed out here, that this right here should be single spaced in the reference list, but double spaced between. So this is actually correct the way it's set up right now. I know this white space seems odd. It's not abnormal for it to seem odd. If you don't like that, you can go like this and just, press enter, and it just kind of will take care of itself. And there you go. I left off one too many letters. There we go. You can tell it takes a second to get this correct. For whatever reason, I'm still short. I don't know why it's moving down to the next page at this point. So there we go. Now I can also show you hyperlink, remove hyperlink, and now it goes back to black. All right. I really hope that this was useful. You know exactly what you need to do for this paper, and that's the point.